Michigan sports. Red Wings, Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Michigan State, and the list goes on. And you love beer. Who doesn't? What if we mixed the two together? This is State of My Sports. We'll talk everything Michigan sports, like only we do, and then we'll down our fair share of beer from a local brewery, grading the beer throughout the episode. So pop a cold one on your end, and we'll get busy on ours. This is the State of My Sports.
That's right, everybody. This is State of My Sports, and this is episode 156. During our DeHop's Flight segment, we're going to touch on the NBA season awards and other stuff. What was yours again, Micah? I'm sorry, I forgot.
NFL travel miles and strength of schedule.
Because that comes out Thursday, right? So we'll touch a little bit on that. The official schedule, like the weeks and stuff like that.
Yep.
So that'll be cool. And then mine is going to be some of the Kentucky Derby stuff and kind of compare it to some current odds that are out there, which will be fun. We'll have our Detroit Red Wings season recap and catch up on the Detroit Tigers struggles. We'll see if we can get back on track with a winning Wednesday parlay. I actually didn't put one together, so I might just wing that one. So don't bet on it. But
how about you just win that one?
That'll be the one that I win, right? That I don't share with anybody. But in our Betting Hero segment, of course, we will grade some great craft beer from the state of Michigan. We're here at DeHop's like we are every second Tuesday of every month, which is going to be Mondays here moving forward. But
Monday.
We'll get into that here soon. But before we jump in, I did want to give actually, if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, what other else are we on? YouTube, all of the social media things.
Everything's social media-wise.
If you're watching us live, please let us know in the comments. Be part of the conversation. Let us know where we're right and wrong. We're going to talk Red Wings, so if we have any Red Wing fans out there, you're probably going to hate what I have to say, at least partially. So stay on and tell us where I'm wrong. That's a good way to go, right?
Sam's never wrong.
Never wrong. Before we jump in, I did want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors to help keep these things rolling and free for our listeners. DeHop's Brewing Company and Cafe is the official brewery of State of My Sports. Mac Web Design helped us get our website up and running, and Betting Hero helps us and you get the best promotions available in the sports betting world. I am Sam Waldhart. With me today, we got Micah Smith.
What up?
And John Dornboss, not working behind the scenes. You guys can see what he looks like now. Sorry, ladies.
In front of the scenes. Or within the scenes.
We're live.
We are live.
My mic's even on, too. That's crazy.
This is crazy.
The camera and the mic are on.
Yes.
What's going on?
You can't be on your phone the whole time, which is crazy, right?
It's on the charger anyway.
Is it? That's good.
The camera can't see your flow, though. There's a little bit of flow behind the headphones.
Playoff hockey flow.
It would look better in a State of My Sports hat, but we'll take a Tigers hat. That's fine.
I got it out in my car. I thought about wearing it, but Detroit won a game today. I was thinking, this is the time to rock it. I'm on the camera.
But they lost one too, so you should go switch it now while we got time. No, but thanks for coming on. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Obviously, Ryan's MIA. He's got softball tonight, so hopefully they lose by a lot.
Speaking of softball.
John's got his softball. But you say you retired from softball, isn't that true?
I am, yeah.
That's 2017?
2017 was a long time ago.
Is that a league championship one?
That is. From
wow.
Allendale Rec.
That'd be nice. I never had one of those. Actually, we did win one, right? Didn't we?
Yeah,
we did.
Like back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I think that year I subbed, so I didn't get a shirt. I wasn't on the team.
Okay.
I think that was 2018, wasn't it?
Might have been. I don't know.
Or 16, maybe.
I think we've been at Walker for more than 3 years, haven't we?
The last time I played at Allendale, I got kicked out of a game, so I never went back there. I was like, I got a track record now.
Right?
I'm out of here.
Yeah. But you're not playing this year.
I'm not.
You're
retired.
just 100% golfer now.
Yeah, I got something going on at the shoulder, so throwing the ball is a little difficult at the time right now. So golfing is my go-to.
Nice, that's good.
Twice a week, and then range once a week.
So you're sub material or you're not sub material?
That's a great question. Well, you've got golf Thursdays, right?
Wednesday and Thursday.
What course do you play at?
Western Greens.
Both of them? Both nights?
Yeah.
Really?
I ended up getting a membership out there and then joining a second league.
Can you bring anybody for fun, for free? Or
I don't know if it's for free, but I think it...
Discount?
For fun, for free, for discount.
Definitely pays for the cart.
Yeah?
I get a cart, so...
Let's go.
Anybody that goes, yeah.
I'm down. I'm not very good, but...
Hey,
every once in a while I can get a hold of it.
I'm not either. Yeah, golf is one of those games, man.
You can have your days.
Yeah, you can be really good at it.
You can have your days.
Yeah, for 17 out of 18 holes and still leave pissed off,
Yeah, I usually leave either really drunk or really pissed off.
Or
both.
I do like to have a couple cocktails out
What's
there.
What's your go-to drink when you're on the golf course?
Ooh, I got at least 6 or 7 Busch Lights in the bag.
Is that what it is?
Don't tell these golf course owners.
No.
Of course.
Well, I mean, now that you're a member, you can do whatever the F you want, right?
Well, I don't know if I can technically get away with it just because I'm a member there. In fact, they have little lockers for me, so I don't know. Yeah, they might check that stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I like a light beer, but every now and then I'll take a couple shots too.
Yeah. What's your go-to course beer or drink?
If it's quick, just hanging out with the boys, it's going to be beers, some Bud Lights. Mm-hmm. But if I'm feeling a little extra bougie, I'll order some like G&Ts on the course if they have like what do they call them, a cart lady?
Like a full service cart. Yeah.
Full service cart.
Some carts only got like shooters and maybe like a bottle that they can mix a drink with.
Yeah.
Like
So if there's a full service cart available,
a
G&T is nice. Yeah.
Man, when they have those full service carts, I just get nervous walking up to them. Like they want to be in and out. They want to get going, they want to serve you and go. I'm like, I don't know what I want. I want to like talk about it. And like, just
what do you got on your menu?
Yeah, that's right. And so we last year we were golfing with my friend Justin and Erica. They got married, so they had like a couple shower on the golf course and stuff.
Nice.
And me being big and bad, I was like, put this round on my card. Oh man.
He's like, the wife called me. And things got weird.
She was there, and like when she saw the bill, we had a nice discussion on the way home. She's like, you're not rich, Sam. Stop pretending you are. I was like, sorry. I was trying to be nice. It's like
you were nice.
I was very nice. But for my go-to, I'm more of a like, I love summer shandy on a golf course.
Ooh,
I'm a big summer
good.
shandy fan. In certain situations.
Yeah, every now and then if I see one of those sitting in one of those coolers on the beer cart, it's like, man, it's hard to turn those down. And you never see them in a 12-ounce. They're always in like a 16-ounce can, and it's a decent deal for them. So
right?
It's like, all right, you got me.
Yeah, so I'm either like a summer shandy or light beer. If I go with like craft beer, which you guys know I love craft beer, I'll just start. It'll hit me hard. Because like when I'm golfing, like I drink one per hole pretty much.
Oh yeah,
so that's why I got to go real light.
By the 6th hole, this man's just
I play great then.
Hey,
because I'm only putting. I'm just like.
I've fallen over a couple times on a golf course.
I got to get out on the course this year. How many times have you been out so far, John?
Man, I just played Saturday and Sunday for the first 2 times
this
year. Yeah.
You shoot well?
Saturday was a scramble out of Alpine.
Okay.
We definitely used like 95% of my shots. Sorry to the guys that I played with. It was brutal. They're not
sorry,
very
not
good.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean every tee shot. I think I let somebody else. We used a tee shot on a par 3, and then somebody else made a putt. But outside of that, it was pretty much I played my own game, and I think we still shot like 3 under.
Nice.
And then Sunday was a different story. Went out to Western. Thought I'd give it a try. The course is a little wet.
Oh yeah.
But I played well. I had just one bad hole. I lost my tee shot. It landed in the fairway, plugged, couldn't find it. Dropped the ball, hit my second shot up towards the green, plugged, couldn't find it. You
seem like one of those like honest golfers too. Like if it plugs, like you're gonna give yourself a penalty for losing it.
Took a stroke.
So for me,
drop,
I'm like, no way. That's the course's fault, not mine.
Yeah.
I might even take a stroke off because they just wasted my time.
If I'm casually playing with some buddies and like everybody else is doing the same thing for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I try to take it serious when I do play as much as I can. So I ended up with a snowman, triple bogey on a par 5, and I think I could do that. I had 7 pars and 1 birdie.
That's not bad.
The rest of the round, so it's like that one hole really got to me and shot 2 over.
Alpine's all right? Like it's pretty good.
It's decent
course.
Cart paths are a little rough, but they are.
It's a good scramble.
Oh yeah,
course.
yeah. It's not long. It's relatively straight. You can get through there pretty quick.
Nice.
So
very good. Well, let's get right into our DeHop's flight topics for the day. I'm gonna actually go first. The Kentucky Derby happened. I don't know if you guys saw, but Rich Steele, is that his name? Rich Steele. What a name. Is that what it was called?
Rich Strike?
Yes, Rich Strike. Rich Strike. One of the two. Doesn't matter. I'm not a big horse fan. I wanted to bet on it. I didn't have the platform to do it, and I was told that I can't sign up for another platform by Myself, I basically told myself that because I'm signed up for so many of them.
You wanted to blame it on someone, but you actually took the heat.
I took the heat.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was honestly like an internal fight. I was like, all right, should I go do it? And Andrea, she even asked me, she goes, are you going to bet on the race? I was like, I don't have the platform to do it. And she goes, you're not going to sign up for it? I'm like, no, I'm not.
Your wife's like, I could use a bigger rock, honey.
Right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did pay for her ring with my winnings one year. So Rich Strike was 80-1 odds. I don't know if you guys heard the story, and I'm not race guy. I'm not big into the ponies or anything like that. But I guess like he was an alternate. So one of the horses got scratched, and it was like I heard the story, but it was like a minute before the deadline of somebody getting, what
like,
are they like
entering the horse's name?
Yeah,
to
basically, yeah.
setting the
So he was an
roster.
alternate. Yeah, setting the roster. So I think they run 19 or 20. It doesn't matter how
Sure.
many, but like
Sure.
if it was a minute later, they wouldn't have brought in an alternate. They just would have ran with less horses.
one less.
Okay.
It was like a 30 seconds to a minute that hell happened, and then he got in by like. He was the next alternate by like a half a point or something crazy. I don't know how it all goes down. Doesn't matter. But anyways, he was 80-1 odds in most books. In Kentucky, I know like other books had some weird odds and stuff. But he was like
Was he the
200
longest odds?
Longest odds, yeah.
Okay.
And he came in and won this race, which was absolutely insane. I don't know if you guys watched it,
No, I didn't.
but like the aerial view of what he did and like going in and out, like I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, that was tremendous.
It was impressive.
Um,
I'm just waiting for the hammer to fall on him that he like doped up or something like that, right?
Oh well, I didn't watch the entire race, but I did see that camera view that you're specifically talking about, and that was like halfway through maybe.
Yeah.
where he was starting to make a move.
Yeah, it was.
Other horses you could tell were just like getting tired and moving out of the side, and then he just like, I'm going that way,
Yeah.
left, right, like up the middle between two horses, and like just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I don't know like the way the horsing game works, but like I feel like if they didn't expect him to be in this race, they would just shoot him up with so much illegal steroids trying to get him like ready to train. All of a sudden it's like, nope, you're actually in. It's like, oh, frickin' A. Like they're probably biting their nails like we did something illegal for this guy. And it's just waiting for the hammer to drop. And I haven't heard anything about it, but like,
I haven't either, but I know I think the bloodlines or like the ownership lines of that horse are like tied into some other like successful horses.
Oh,
in
is
the
it?
past.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, no, but anyways, the first thing, so 80-1, I love odds. I love the way it all works out. So I was like, all right, 80-1, what does that compare to? So what is that, plus 8,000, I think, is what we came up with? Is that?
Yes.
I hope that's correct.
Yep.
All right, it is correct?
I checked the calculator.
All right, the calculator says 80-1 is plus 8,000. So that means if you bet $100, you win $8,000.
No,
Or
800.
no, plus 8,000 would be $100 to win $8,000.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Okay, now I'm really nervous.
No. Sorry, that's my fault.
Anyways, so I pulled up some current odds that would compare to that, and I don't want to put you guys on the spot of what you would take, but anyways, this just shows like the absolute upset that this was. So if you're looking at Super Bowl odds, the Chicago Bears winning the Super Bowl this year, 8,000 or plus 8,000. It's crazy. Like there's no chance that that's gonna happen, right?
The
That's
Bears winning the Super Bowl?
The Chicago Bears to win the
No.
Super Bowl.
Didn't they have like a D- draft grade or something?
I think it was D- or F or whatever they can do. I don't think they can give out Fs anymore
No.
because people's feelings get hurt. But yeah, they got one of the worst draft grades ever. And then Tennessee, the Volunteers to win the NCAA football championship. So what are they going to finish like? Probably 7th in their division.
See, part of me goes, ooh, maybe, and then Alabama's going to go,
Squash them like a bug.
no.
Like there's zero chance that they win this.
Not happening.
You could have Maryland or Illinois to win the Big Ten in college football, which is crazy. Like that ain't happening either. I'm
Nada.
sorry. That's not just coming as a Michigan fan. I think we can name several schools that we would take before them, and it would just be
Rutgers.
absolutely blow. Yeah, Rutgers might be one of them.
Maybe like 10 schools.
Yeah, right.
The Big Ten.
This one was actually kind of interesting. Ohio State and Michigan State to win the NCAA basketball championship. Now, I know what the Spartans are. It hasn't been that exciting, but January, February is all right. So is that still a thing? Is that still? Or do we skip that month? Or like, how does that all work?
Who you root for?
Yeah.
I mean, they're the last team in the state of Michigan to win a national championship in basketball.
Are they the last Big Ten team as well, or no?
No, didn't Ohio State snag one?
They might have, yeah.
With like Greg Oden and Michael Conley back in the day.
That is a good question. I don't remember Oden winning one, but I could be wrong. You would know better than me.
I don't know.
Unless I'm right and you're wrong, then I would know
I don't
better
want
than
to
you.
admit to that. I hate Ohio State.
But you're never wrong.
I'm never wrong,
Never.
especially on Red Wings episodes.
No.
So.
Speaking of.
The next one that I pulled up was some U.S. Open odds. And these are U.S. Open. You can get
golf.
some pretty good
Something
players.
you know really well.
Oh,
Johnny.
we're getting comments, John. You can
Oh,
read those,
man.
right?
Yeah, sure.
I've seen your name a couple times.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a swear word.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Why?
Who swore at you?
Happiest podcast on earth.
Never heard of
I've
them.
heard of them.
Must be a competing podcast on the same night of the week.
Must
All
be
right,
the
so what was that
angriest.
first one? So Carrie says, wow, John in front of the camera?
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Hello,
People
Carrie.
loving it. All right, what did Kyle say?
Leicester.
Oh, Leicester City.
Oh, Leicester.
That was a soccer thing.
Oh, you guys had a little side bet going on?
No, he just has to talk soccer for some reason.
Oh, okay. And
All right.
then, I don't know.
Leicester City was 5,000 to 1 to win the championship, and they won. That's pretty crazy. And then what is Happiest Podcast on Earth doing?
John's butt ugly mug was meant to be producing, not to be on camera. Really?
You know, when it gets thin, you got to
Really?
be desperate, right?
I was always told
The
you
cast-
have a face for radio. Thanks,
Oh,
Jarrett.
there's Jarrett.
Happiest podcast.
Look at that.
Oh, Jarrett's. Oh, what is he saying?
Oh, I don't
Arsenal
know.
all the
he
way.
Must, he must have
Oh, you're-
he logged out of his Happiest Podcast page and said, "Oh shoot."
He thought he was on the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I've made that mistake before.
Well, that's just the kind of fan he is, right? He's a Vikings and a Red Sox.
Yeah, he
fan
doesn't
or
know who he's a
something.
fan of today. Is he a fan of Jarrett Fenneman or is he a fan of Happiest Podcast on Earth today?
Are
He
the
doesn't know.
Lightning still playing or no?
Well, ask him.
Anyway, Jarrett, for what you did, was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago? Good for you, man. Love it. Love you. You're a good guy. No matter what Micah says, you are a good guy. But all right, next flight. Oh wait, no, I had the U.S. Open
Whoa.
odds. These ones are actually pretty interesting. You had Justin Rose, Adam Scott, Jason Day, and Patrick Reed, all plus 8,000. So, I don't know, kind of fun, right?
What do you think about those odds, John? You know golf better than anyone.
I mean, I just don't really like Patrick Reed. What were the other names? Justin Rose. He's
Adam
sneaky.
Scott.
He's sneaky, and Adam Scott too. I mean, he can put it all together.
Jason
Okay.
Day's won a major, hasn't he?
Wait,
Yeah, he's won. Shoot, I know the Masters, and he might be on the U.S. Open. I don't remember.
so, out of any of those guys, would you be willing to throw down, say, $50 on those odds?
No.
I wouldn't
No.
do 50.
Okay.
I would
No.
do maybe 10 bucks.
Would you do 10?
I'm a light better. Like, I don't bet big numbers.
Yeah,
I just bet often. Like almost every day.
Yeah.
I might have a problem. I should probably look that number up.
I actually have other problems.
I think
in
we have
life.
the number.
We do. Yeah.
I've not used my betting hero or any DraftKings. Never placed a bet
You've yet to
On
place
sports.
a bet. That's a problem.
outside of fantasy football.
That's another
That
type
is
of
a
problem.
It is a
I
problem.
have one.
I might have a
one.
problem.
I have one type
You
of
have a
problem.
problem.
You two have other type of problems.
Well,
I know a guy that could get you signed up. Bettinghero.com.
sure, I can get great
Promo code
bets.
MO bets. We'll get it all set up for you
No,
guys.
I guess in golf, I would be putting money on other players that I think have a better chance of winning.
All right.
Yeah.
So those odds.
We'll
aren't
definitely get
something
into
I flirt
when
with.
is the U.S. Open? It's got to be in the next couple
Coming
weeks,
up?
right?
Yeah, I think 2 weeks.
Is
Right?
Mickelson going to play, or is he
Qualifying.
still hiding?
I don't think so. I don't think he's playing.
Yeah, he might be in jail.
Fickelson.
I feel like last I heard he was like trying to get like reinstated on the PGA Tour or something.
They just booted him.
But they got other fish to fry right now. So, like,
Same as a problem. Gosh, Kyle, you're a problem. You should have been here, man.
I guess the
We
light,
could have put John's mug behind the camera, and
Yeah.
then you
Thanks,
could have been
Kyle.
here and
Thanks for-
commenting for real.
thanks for throwing me in under
Oh
this
my
bus.
gosh.
I guess the Lightning are up 2-0 right now. There you go, Jarrett.
Good for the Lightning. I think I was on the wrong side of that bet, but we'll get into that later. All right, John, what's your betting here, or not betting, DeHop's flight segment topic?
Flight segment. Just a little. I know we're talking a hockey recap here, but NBA recap. Some NBA regular season awards. I guess the latest to be announced, the one that everybody was just dying to hear. My boy, the Joker, bringing home a consecutive second MVP in a row. Nikola Jokic. I think it's yolk. Like egg yolk.
It's kind of a Jokic.
A couple guys that got snubbed that also qualified. Joel Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo. A lot of people were thinking that Embiid was the walk-away MVP, but honestly, I like Jokic. I like his game. Embiid plays in a much easier Eastern Conference. Giannis is probably the best player in the NBA. If the Bucks make it to the championship and they win, perhaps he'll just end up with the MVP of the playoffs. Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart. That one was kind of a head scratcher. He's a guard, and that hasn't been done since I believe Gary Payton, I believe, won the last guard Defensive Player of the Year, and that was in 1995. Head coach, Coach of the Year, Monty Williams for the Suns. Obviously, they just had a heck of a season. Ended up with the best record in the NBA. Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes. He beat out Cade and Evan Mobley.
So, what do we think about Cade not getting it?
I don't think he did anything flashy this year. He played well.
It's just all about the flash.
He played well. Yeah, I think Scotty Barnes had a bigger role in getting Toronto to the play-in game. And I don't know. I guess it makes a difference if you're flirting with the postseason. That Rookie of the Year is a big.
So why is the Rookie of the Year being considered a team accomplishment? Look, I'm done with the basketball. I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about these guys, but come on.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was the best rookie in this class, wasn't he?
I think he had the best overall season. Yes, by himself. If you break down the game and the numbers in the film, I think he played the best out of all of them. He just happened to be on a team that struggled to find their identity till the end of the year.
Yeah, that's disappointing. I feel like he should have got it.
I totally agree. I mean, you also got, in my opinion, you got to take into the fact that he was the number one pick. So he's got all this added pressure on top of that, and he still went out there and played. He started. He played the whole entire season.
Do you have where he finished? Was he third?
Ooh, I don't know if he was third. He just been. I don't know. He was top three.
Okay.
Right? They had 3 finalists, but
listen.
The article I pulled up, it had Barnes, Mobley, Cade listed in that
so
order.
It must be that. Yeah, I bet you that's how they finished then.
So listener Colin made a very good point that Cade was hurt at the beginning of the year, and he's literally the best rookie. Was his statement?
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to argue.
He definitely didn't start the season game 1 on the floor either.
Right.
He had to find his way, and he struggled early on. But it didn't take long for him to find that.
No,
and when
quickly.
I know he led basketball in 25, 5, and 5 games, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. The dude played the position well.
Yeah, so Cade did finish in third.
Was it third?
Yeah. He had 9 first-place votes.
Which is still kind of in a way, disrespectful, I believe, because Mobley playing in Cleveland, he's got other players around him that are young and talented and stars.
He's kind of the last piece to their build. Maybe not the last piece. That might be a little generous, but he was coming into a young, very talented group already, where Cade is the first piece of. That's probably not fair because we have Sadiq Bey and other people and what. Killian Hayes started, but he came in and was the guy from day one.
Correct.
And what that team did, as soon as he was healthy, fell on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Especially once Jeremy Grant went down and all that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if they took into consideration his commercials endorsement with Bally Sports. Yeah, those were really, really bad. Really dry. The guy has no enthusiasm in life.
The insurance commercials and stuff.
Oh man, and where I go to get a vehicle, and it's just come on, we know where you got your first vehicle. That was when you were at Oklahoma State. You didn't get that on your rookie contract.
Right, exactly.
That's funny to think about, but it's really not funny when it comes to this. That's ridiculous.
It's frustrating that, it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. Am I going to lose sleep over it? No, I've been sleeping great since it might have been announced 2 weeks ago. I don't know when it was even announced. But it's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, it's just disappointing that it feels like a Detroit slight more than anything. It's well, you're in Detroit. You're not that big of a deal. And I feel like it's just going to be the trend with him. No matter how good he gets, he's always going to take a back seat to other up-and-coming superstars. You know what I mean? It just feels like he has that personality and maybe game. I don't know if that's fair, but I don't know. What do you think?
He's Mr. Consistent, and he's not flashy, and he's not going to go out there and like try to just outplay the star on the next team.
Yeah.
That's not his job. I don't think that's what he is trying to do in his NBA career. He's ready to put in work in for year 2. Like, the guy's ready to keep on improving.
And that's a positive thing. So I listened to Jim Costa, who's a friend of the show. Obviously, he's on 97 on the ticket now. He brought it up as like it might even be a good thing. It might be a good thing. Let this chip on the shoulder grow and really like use that as fuel to get to the next level. What did Colin say here?
Finished 3rd in voting overall. Team stats shouldn't matter. He was the MVP of the Rising Stars game and was top 3 in every category among all NBA rookies, leading in most major categories. So
yeah,
again,
and
amen.
Detroit
Colin,
versus everybody.
Yeah,
we have a cherry on top for that.
that's a
coming up next. Yeah,
we do.
But
that's a hashtag for
another thing that
decades.
It kind of is going to relate back to, and it's going to be interesting to see if how the Red Wings rookies are treated when it comes to voting. Because right now, Sider, we'll get into it as we talk hockey, but he's the betting favorite.
Okay.
But I'm curious if the flash around the league will kind of get rid of that. But other than that, like
a couple others.
Yeah,
I
what
guess.
else was there?
Yeah, I don't know. The whole. I feel like all around I don't know, these awards were kind of fishy in my opinion. But 6th man of the year went to Tyler Hero in Miami. I guess that one was kind of predicted. But Kevin Love had a big year in Cleveland too, coming off of the bench. I think that was another one. It's just like Miami's a hot team, and he did that last year. Like I think he got snubbed last year coming off the bench. Most improved player, Ja Morant, which that one kind of that boggles my mind a little bit. I just feel like there's other players in the league that had way less hype that did way more with their season than he did. I mean, he was still a top 5, I think, lottery pick. Right?
Yeah, and it's not like he had a bad year last year.
No, and
you know who I think probably deserved it? Jordan Poole, maybe.
Which one?
Jordan Poole.
No, which award?
The most improved. The way he's kind of jumped,
and
splashed.
He wasn't even a finalist.
Well,
he wasn't?
No.
Who else is on the list?
I was going to ask John about the 6th man, about Jordan Poole.
Oh, I guess he could have fit that mold too.
The dude came off the bench 3 nights ago with 31 points, led the team.
It's insane.
I wonder what goes into that though, like how many games they have to come off of the bench in the regular season. Because I know Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were hurt for a long time, so I know he started a lot of games. That might have hurt his chances there. But
okay.
I think improved player for sure. Darius Garland's on there, which he had a great year in Cleveland too, and DeJounte Murray.
Never heard of that. Dude.
I don't know. Plays for the Spurs. I think he's like the only player that did anything for them this
Okay.
year, so he probably just got thrown on the list. Sportsmanship award went to Patty Mills of the Nets. Good for him. And then teammate of the year, Drew Holiday with the Milwaukee Bucks. Which
teammate of the year? They have an award for that?
Yeah, I don't know. So what does that
cute.
mean? Do they just poll every team and
Every team
everybody
is like,
votes?
Yeah.
For
So I actually think he's a really good teammate. So I'm gonna vote for him.
Technically, he could have just gotten
he's a really good guy.
he could have gotten 7 or 8 votes, and won
exactly,
it,
right? Everybody
So,
votes. Yeah.
I don't know all about that, but that's the NBA
Teammate of the year.
Yeah, season
And
awards.
it's not, and they're allowed to vote an NBA player for that, or they have to vote an NBA player. Because I'm assuming none of them are really good teammates, but the way basketball players are, I mean, with me and I and all that stuff, I assume that most of them are.
Me and I
think he signed
I love that.
Oh.
What do you got? So,
Well, Colin, he's firing off
man,
on that.
Colin,
Yeah.
thanks
He-
for
he
watching.
is
Thanks
pumped,
for
dude.
commenting.
Glad.
Share us with you some friends to help us grow our audience.
I'm glad I picked a good topic. Draft lottery on Tuesday for the NBA.
Oh yeah. So NHL lottery just happened. We got the
Same odds
NBA
as last
one.
year. Yeah.
Man, is there somebody that Colin? Is there someone that you want? Where do you want to draft? Do you want one overall? Is that what's key here?
He also believes the NBA awards are a joke.
Yes. Since forever. Since forever.
Isn't the NBA a joke?
I laugh at it personally. Like we
just-
bet on it all the time, me and my coworkers, but I don't know anything about it.
At this rate, I feel like because they keep adding teams and games to the playoffs, they should just settle these awards when the season's completely over.
Right.
But
I love that you were talking about NBA because I saw a couple of the guys, you know how they like TNT and whoever's airing the playoffs right now, they're watching like the stars walk in, and I'm like, you guys look like clowns.
Walking in.
The way you're dressed, Okay, you're not wearing business suits,
I'm
like
a big
NHL
suit
player.
fan when it comes to that
so
kind of
am I.
stuff.
So am I. But maybe the MLB is a little more lax. NFL maybe a little more lax, but the NBA, you guys look like clown material.
Yeah.
It's laughable. Like you think you're fashionable,
Well,
and it's funny.
Didn't so the Stern, the commissioner before,
David Stern.
Yeah, he put in like a dress code that they had to because Allen Iverson was getting so ridiculous with what he was wearing.
Okay, what's the dress code? What is it, limited to colors?
I think it's been eliminated since.
Oh my!
Is my guess.
Good
They did call it the Allen Iverson the rule.
Yeah.
I believe he came out and said that on Dan Patrick.
So I asked Colin a question. It looks like he's got his guys out there.
Yeah, he's hoping for a top 4 pick. Jabari Smith, Paolo Banchero, and Chet Holmgren, Jaden Ivey, Keegan Murray.
All right.
A couple of Big Ten guys there.
Wow.
Keegan Murray and Jaden Ivey.
Ivy is very interesting to me. I like that Ivy guy.
I don't really like Chet Holmgren.
Do you think Chet's going to go number 1? Just no matter what team is sitting
How
there.
much would you Chet? Bet.
I think if Orlando has the first overall pick, he'll go number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else is in there? Houston, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Houston won't take him. I don't want to see him in Detroit. I don't want to see him even.
He's the big guy, right?
Yeah.
Big,
I don't want a
tall,
big guy.
skinny,
I don't want a big guy.
lanky.
I want-
ugh.
I just
I
don't
want
think.
a
I don't
real
think
basketball player.
He looked real slow in the tournament. I don't think his game translates to the NBA like people were talking. They're giving him like Kevin Durant like comps. I'm like, get out of here. This
It
guy
just
is
doesn't
not
happen.
Kevin Durant.
No, you can't compare anyone.
Keegan Murray is an interesting one too. I think right from like Iowa, I believe.
Isn't Pablo play for Duke?
Paolo, yeah.
Or
Is that-
sorry, Paulo? Sorry.
Yeah.
Is he the one that was mistaken for Patrick Mahomes at the F1 race?
Yeah.
Ah, that was good.
This
that was a good
weekend
watch.
down in Miami.
That was good. We got one more question here, one more comment, then we'll move on.
Colin works for the Pistons.
Oh, good for you. Nice brag.
And we
nice
don't,
brag moment.
We don't talk about the NBA. Too much.
Oh.
Can you get us tickets to give away on the podcast?
Oh,
That's-
dang.
Hey.
That's what I want to know. Like, I mean, if we can do
just
that.
Get us a ticket to a
Or
game.
yeah, I've never been to an NBA game, Colin.
They're
so
fun.
make that happen.
Oh, you haven't?
I've never been to one.
Really?
No, I mean you've been to one, right?
I've been to one.
Yeah,
as a
back
kid.
as a 12-year-old at
Yeah.
the Pacers game, and I didn't go because I was too young.
No, actually, I've been
Oh,
to 2
man.
then.
I saw
My dad
really?
took me to one. Yeah.
Did he?
I saw Kobe in Detroit on his last victory tour season, and the halftime performance was Coolio.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Man.
it was crazy.
Hey.
I remember when he opened for All That or whatever. Like he was the headliner for that show on Nickelodeon.
Late
Remember that show?
Late 90s, right? 97.
What a
Coolio.
great show.
He was the opener for Keenan and Kel, wasn't he?
Yes.
Coolio.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yep.
sure he was. Yeah, loved that show. That was a great show. All right, a couple more comments, then we'll move on. Anything worth saying?
Well, Kerry's been to so many games too, so
Yeah,
I guess.
I've been to so many.
I'll
I'll pass now. What is she even talking about?
I don't know. How
Just
many
get your-
drinks have you
Just
had?
get your beer introduction ready, Carrie. Get it on time this time. All right, Micah. Let's go through your topic
So-
here.
Sounds like we're going to a game next year. Colin just commented back.
Attaboy, Colin.
No.
Thank you, buddy.
No
in.
other sport does it like the NFL. They keep you intrigued year-round, basically.
They literally
right?
keep the faucet just barely
Ju-
trickling
just dripping.
every single day. Just a drip, drip, drip. Then they
And-
turn it on full blast and they drip, drip,
and
drip.
they do it so well.
Yeah,
So
I'm hooked.
schedule release is upon us
Thursday.
Thursday, and strength of schedule was already released, and miles to be traveled in 2022 has been
Interesting.
released.
All right.
So you could take your guesses, but let's go through the top 5 toughest schedules. So we're going to start off number 1,
Number one. All right.
Los
Can
Angeles.
I got 2 choices now. Rams.
Rams.
Good.
Rams.
Good. Hopefully Stafford stubs his toe. Not a big injury, but hopefully he hurts himself a little bit and has to sit out for 17 out of 18 games or whatever. 16
makes
out
it-
of 17.
Sends them on a train
Exactly.
to Detroit.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
maybe
saying?
even the type of thing that voids a contract.
Do the Rams pick up Baker Mayfield at that point? and run it
Probably.
run it back.
Probably would.
Yeah, the run it back dog.
But I mean, the Super Bowl champion usually gets that, right? Especially when they win their division, all that good stuff.
Yep.
But okay, can I guess number 2? Are we gonna go through? Can we make this a game? I want a game.
Sure,
Can we
let's
make
do
it
a game.
All right, number
As
2.
long as you didn't look at my sheet
I
already.
did not look at your sheet.
Okay.
But I'm going to guess because you have to you got to think division, right? That's where it kind of all comes in.
Okay.
The Rams division's not that hard, so I'm kind of surprised that it's still up there. But I think they base it on last year's results, so that might have something to do with it.
Right. So you're down to 2 teams.
I'm going to go with the 49ers.
Cardinals.
Good. They
Right?
suck.
Right.
They have the second worst or
Second hardest?
Second toughest.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
Hardest.
And then
Worst.
third is
Yeah,
going to be the
worst.
Packers.
Nope.
AFC, Kansas City Chiefs.
Really? I guess if then in the division, the Packers are like, all right, we got 6 games of just
Okay.
walking through.
Super Bowl runner up.
Wow.
Cincinnati Bengals, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
And then number 4 would be
The Bills,
starts with a B though.
Broncos,
The Bucks.
the Buccaneers.
Wow.
The Buccaneers.
In that division,
Jarrett's
Yes,
favorite team right
yes.
now, right?
Ooh.
Or
Currently.
no? Currently? What day is it?
Maybe.
Tuesday? Yeah, it's today.
is it
Yeah.
still running flags?
You beat me to it. Beat me to it.
I don't know. That's actually a good question. Jarrett, are you still watching, first of all? And are you still running flags? I
Jared,
want to know.
are you alive?
And then back to the NFC West, we go for number 5.
I can't think of divisions, so let's just name them off.
Niners.
49ers.
49ers, okay.
Okay. And then we're going to start off at the bottom now.
Started from the bottom, now
5
we're here.
softest schedules we'll
Okay.
go with.
All right. So I will guess the weakest one will be the Jags.
Oh, no.
Really?
Dallas Cowboys.
Jerry Jones,
Oh, my
baby.
gosh.
Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go.
Really, right?
Let's
right?
go.
It's like,
Yeah.
here's a free pass to
We know you traded
playoffs.
half of your
Yeah.
offensive
Yeah.
team. But
Yeah.
Here.
So, tied with the Cowboys will be
Detroit Lions.
ba-da-da, the football team.
Oh, yep, the football team.
Dang, same division.
The Foot Commanders.
Yeah, that division.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Terrible.
All right.
All right, standing at 30. Lay it on me.
Detroit Lions.
Miami Dolphins.
No, we're going to stay in the same division.
Wow.
We're going with the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. And then get shot out of
3
the air.
3 of the 4 teams in the
Well, it's because it's
bottom?
such a bad division.
It's
that
so
division's
bad.
so bad. Yeah, what does that say about the Giants? you
Gosh,
know?
it's terrible.
Daniel Jones.
All right, where did the Lions end up?
28.
28. And then the Bears are... sorry. No, don't worry about it. I
Don't know.
thought you had the whole list. My bad. So that's where the Lions ended up was 28.
28,
All right.
yeah, 29, the Giants.
All right. And then what about the miles thing? That was something that I've actually never even thought of my entire life.
So,
But I'm actually very interested in
And-
that, especially when you got the international games going back up.
take that with a grain of salt. I mean, it is what it is. There is a very, very large gap from the top all the way to the bottom. So, at the top, Seattle's traveling almost 30,000 miles over the year.
I guess you kind of have to when you're where they are in the United
True.
States, right?
True, very true.
And
True.
I think they're in one of the European games, right? Either
I think they're
Germany
in-
or in London.
Yeah, I think you're right.
However, following them, Denver at
Which
27,000
is
miles.
weird because they're kind of
They're
more in the middle of the
central-ish,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then Jacksonville, third most at 25,000
These are all
miles.
so far. It's 3 teams that are playing international games, though.
Right.
So that kind of I think that's probably where most of it comes from. But
So then down at the bottom is where I jumped to. I did the top 3 and bottom 3.
okay,
'Cause
bottom
this really doesn't
3.
matter a whole lot.
Yeah.
So Pittsburgh travels the absolute least. Just take a guess on how many miles they're going to
What
travel.
was the most miles?
Most miles, about 29 and a half.
I'm going to say 7,900.
Wait, what?
7,900 miles.
Oh, I thought you said 27. Sorry. Okay, 7,000.
I would say 13.1.
Okay, Pittsburgh's traveling 6,500 miles.
What?
That's it. That's it. And
I
then
guess you got Cleveland's,
They got so many
Cincinnati,
close
and
ones,
Baltimore right in their backyard.
Eagles, right?
and then
Close by,
Detroit
right?
Lions are traveling the second least,
Hey, let's go.
8,300.
But they're doing Hard Knocks, so it kind of washes, right?
Well, now we have no excuses, right? Perfect season.
Exactly.
Come on,
Hey,
Dan.
I've seen a lot of like interesting odds. I heard Dan Campbell's like getting a lot of money in for the coach of the year,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
And then other Harbaugh is traveling third least.
All right. Interesting. No, that'll be really
Yeah.
interesting to see.
Yep.
And I love the strength of schedule thing because it's so funny how quickly it changes. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like it looks this way because of last year, but then it can just flip upside down.
Less than halfway through the schedule, things get really, really kind of cattywampus.
Yeah, except for the teams that are playing the Lions and just like, yeah, it's easy schedule. Before we move on from our DeHop's Flight segment, I want to remind everyone that DeHop's Brewing Company and Cafe is serving incredible food and pouring some of the best craft beer in West Michigan. Chef Dan's revamped food menu and head brewer Ben's rotating taps, wine, and ciders make DeHop's perfect for whatever you have going on, from dinner with the family, late night drinks with friends, and everything in between. The Ben and Dan duo is putting a ton of their time and energy at making DeHop's a staple in the West Michigan restaurant community that we highly recommend to our friends and listeners. They have Taco Tuesday, which is today, Stein Night Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Have you guys ever done a Stein Night Wednesday? I don't think I have.
I have not.
We should go steal one of those Steins and we'll see how many we can fit in that thing. I want to drink out of one of those things. Just looks impressive. But when you're a Mug Club member, why would you drink out of a Stein, right? Like, it's just confusing.
This is better than a Stein. Okay?
That's true. We got a picture of the double hutch, so we'll just keep rolling with that. That's fine. And some unbelievable specials on Fridays and Saturdays. They actually have burger and beer for $15 on Thursdays, which is all. Or is that Fridays? Do you guys remember?
Well,
I want to say it's Fridays.
I thought it was Thursday. They had it for the draft, right?
Yes, you're right. It was Thursdays. Suck it, Micah. No, you drink your beer. You looked thirsty. You look like you needed to drink. You look like you need. That's all I was talking about. Suck down double hutch. I lost my spot.
Did you mention Taco Tuesday?
I did mention taco. Well, how are your tacos today?
Man, I just had 3 of them before the show. They were amazing.
Yeah.
Highly
Which
recommend.
Which ones did you get?
2 of the chicken tacos and 1 beef.
All right. Like ground beef?
Mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
I like ground beef. I'm a big ground beef fan.
It's got a little spice to it too.
Yeah.
It's not just your normal like bland taco meat. It's
Nice.
really good.
You
really
like
good.
You like eating meat? Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I deserve that. I highly recommend following them on Instagram and Facebook, where they share their weekly specials and some incredible food and beer pictures that will make your mouth water. DeHop's is the official brewery of State of My Sports in 2022, and if you mention State of My Sports, you'll get a nice little discount off your first beer. We highly recommend Double Hutch. That is definitely what we recommend drinking.
It's a great beer.
But that brings us right into our beer introductions. So, Carrie, start typing now and tell us what you're drinking so we can get it before we move on. Right? That's kind of the goal here.
She did work.
It's always
at
the goal.
American Airlines Centers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because of I forgot she did that. Yeah.
Where's that?
That's Dallas.
Dallas. Wow.
Yeah, she went to Christ for the Nations in Dallas for a couple years, and then she worked at American Airlines. She was like, who'd she see? She like would hang out with Dirk sometimes.
Mark Cuban.
Well, no, so she worked with kind of like that second bowl crowd in the suites. Yeah, so she served a lot of high-end folks, but she would have to walk the halls, walk the player halls and whatnot to get to where she had to go. But her story she really, really likes is standing next to Yao Ming. She had no idea who it was. I mean, so
and she's pretty short.
She's
like 5'1"
pretty
on a
darn
good day.
short. And Yao Ming's what, 7'3", 4?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so even if you were 6 foot, Yao Ming, he's a tower.
Yeah.
So it was probably a funny looking photo.
Nice. All right, so what are we drinking today? Or do we have any? Did Carrie give us that?
Hutch.
Hutch.
Yeah.
Double hutch.
Carrie's having from Old Nation Brewing Company.
Oh.
She's drinking Shandy.
Oh.
It's called Shandy?
It's their summer Shandy beer. It's a lemonade beer. I had it last year. It's good.
Okay.
It's real good.
Really?
I
Well,
like it. Carrie, do you agree that you like it a little bit?
That's a good back deck beer, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
Podcast night.
Yeah, we should definitely do that one. That'd be a fun one to do. I like Old Nation beer. They do good stuff.
They do. They do.
She said she likes it. Hey, Carrie. She likes it. Or, hey, Micah. She likes it.
Hey, Mikey.
My dad would like that joke, but he's probably not watching. Anyways, we are drinking Double Hutch, which, if you forget how awesome we are, this is the one that we brewed with them. It says, their description, is brewed with our friends from State of My Sports. That's us. Thank you. Hi. That's me and you guys. And someone else that's usually here, but I forget his name. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is for Ryan. Peace.
Exactly. The double IPA boasts bold bitterness from the Magnum, Centennial, and Simcoe hops, slight caramel malt flavor with aromas of citrus, floral, and pine. And I think that's what I really like. I like the pine because I'm a big gin fan, and the pine is like gets me there, you know? Gets me where I want to be. And for the fact that this is 8.3% alcohol by volume, see ya. That's
how
a
are
lot
we
of
getting through this tonight?
All right. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Well, we can get through it easily, but how do we get home is the tough part.
How do I get through work tomorrow?
Yes, that's another tough part of the
that's going to be rough.
podcast. But
better than that Friday after the draft party.
oh my gosh. That was
You guys really were feeling it, weren't you?
I disappeared from work for like 2.5 hours.
I was nervous to watch it because I didn't want to see how awful and embarrassing I was.
I punched out. I was like, man, I'm worthless to the boss right
Really?
now. Yeah,
Did he
I
really?
left. I left for 2.5 hours.
Oh,
yeah, took a
man.
2.5
I felt
hour
great.
lunch.
Did he really? Oh, because
Yeah.
you had that little goofy little drink. What'd you do before that?
I
What was that
did.
thing? That green thing?
That nasty looking green thing.
Yeah, what was that?
That was
Is that like a pre-soberer or something?
no, it was what the heck do they call that?
Like a pre-workout type thing?
No, Liquid IV.
Oh,
That was a liquid IV?
Liquid IV, and it was the lemon ginger. It looks disgusting.
Yeah,
It
the color.
tastes like a dream.
it looked like
Really?
pond,
yeah.
pond
It-
algae for a second there.
you
No,
were, like,
honestly, it
juicing or
does. It
something.
looked gross. And all the guys were like, "You're just drinking that because that's green." And I'm like,
I thought for sure you were doing that for the
no,
Packers. You're wearing your
no.
Packers crap on the podcast. I was pissed.
No, it was good. Kira's like, maybe you should drink this tonight since you're going to be drinking a double tonight. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea. But it came with caffeine in it.
The caffeine.
You can
yeah.
get these bags from Costco.
I should get those. I should tell Henry to
Oh,
pick those up.
100%.
Are they expensive?
I don't know. Define expensive. They're worth it.
Yeah.
They're worth it.
If they're worth it, then that's not expensive.
The lemon ginger comes with caffeine and it hydrates you.
I used to drink those at Faster Horses, like the country music festival, like during the day, like to recover.
Dude, they're genius.
Yeah.
If you don't have a steam room down in Dominican Republic,
That was
you,
clutch.
then you drink
Yeah.
Liquid IV.
I've been tempted to get a membership at Walker just so I could use their steam room.
They have a steam room?
They do have a steam room.
No way.
Or I should just ask if I could have a key and be like, hey, can I just use the steam room? I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to cause any harm. Nobody's going to even know I'm there.
just a coach.
Yeah, I'm just good hockey coach. Just trust me, all right?
I'm a good guy.
I'll mention you on the podcast. It'll be fair. It'll be a fair trade.
I love that.
But yeah, that was what we had for that, right? Are we good? Good.
We're drinking the Double Hutch.
The Double Hutch, which was named by me.
Drinking craft beer, having fun, and talking sports in the state of Michigan. You're listening to State of My Sports.
Here we go. The Red Wings recap. All right. I'm going to do some reading here. I'm going to do my best, and then we'll jump in and have a good, nice little discussion. The Red Wings finished the season with 74 points and a 32-40-10 overall record. The decent start makes the numbers feel better, but it was such a bad second half. It leaves a bad taste in the mouth. For sure, the positive trend continues when you look at like the 2020 0.55 points per game, 2021 0.86 points per game, and now in 2022 they finished with a 0.902 points per game. Not a massive step by any means, but it is nice to see the progression. Now, way different than we wanted. Way different than we thought it was going to be. But it is what it is. It wasn't enough for Yzerman to re-up. with now former head coach Jeff Blashill. And it really just feels like a step back rather than forward in a lot of ways. I mean, the numbers say it was a step up. The feeling is not. But we'll get into why here in a bit. They were 18-23 at the halfway point, which isn't good enough by any means, but they were in the wild card bubble, if you will. They were being talked about. They were on the graphic, which a lot of people say. But then when you go 14-27 the next half, it's awful. And the losses, some embarrassing ways. I mean, they allowed 7 goals twice, 9 goals, 11 goals, 10 goals, 11 again, 12, I think.
All the way from 1 to...
Yeah, they were the one team that's allowed 0 to 11 goals, I think, this year. It's just absolutely insane. The ugly was very, very ugly and is completely unacceptable, which played a huge part in Blashill's firing, or not re-upping, I guess I should say. After 7 years, I think it was. Vegas had the Wings over-under at point total at 77.5, which they did not hit. They finished 6th of 8 in the Atlantic Division, 1 point ahead of the Ottawa Senators and 19 points ahead of the Montreal Canadiens, and 8th from the bottom in the NHL. They were 25th in goals for at 230, 30th in goals against at 312, 4th worst goal differential at minus 82, which blows my mind that they were that they were 4th with that number. Bad. Because man, that's a really bad number. They were 7th worst power play in the league at 16.3%. Well, playoff teams are well over the 20s, 25s, and the worst PK in the league at 73.8%. While you see teams have all the top 10 at 81% or better. They're 5th worst in shots against per game with 33.7. And then just ugly numbers across the board. And Yzerman said it during his press conference, which I thought was really interesting, is he brought up, you fix the special teams, the wins will take care of themselves. I thought that was really interesting. And I think that's why you have to move on from this team. You got to move on from the head coach and assistant coaches. It is about getting those things figured out, and then everything else will take care of itself. That's kind of the way that hockey works. And I know it's weird to hear because...
Very different from football.
It is, yeah. You could have the best stats at something and it mean absolutely nothing. But, like, if you can upgrade this team in the special teams, that's when you turn... 10 losses into wins, that's a massive difference.
Right.
Massive difference.
You're turning a profit, quote unquote, when you're talking power play penalty kill. Mm-hmm. If you can be strong on both ends, because they happen very often, just like he said, it will take care of itself.
Yep. So some of the player stats that were interesting. Dylan Larkin led the team with 31 goals. Tyler Bertuzzi just behind him at 30. Lucas Raymond, 23. And then you have 3 players over 20 goals. That is an issue. You have Mo Sider, a rookie, leading the team in assists with 43. Dylan Larkin led the team with points with 69. Tyler Bertuzzi, 62. And then you got Lucas Raymond at 57 and Sider at 50. You have 2 real rookies, true rookies, right there pushing the pace, leading this team in the top 5 of this for this team in stats.
Yep.
That is a massive flag with what we're looking at. These guys, yeah, you can come in and have really good seasons and stuff, but you are supposed to have a handful of guys getting somewhere near 100 points. Like, I know that's a lot of points in the NHL, but every single one of these playoff teams, it seems like, are right in that 85 to 100 points. You got some guys getting 100, 120. They don't have the full stats here, but that's where that's a massive problem here for this team.
The way you can look at it is, okay, big problem when you say we have a rookie defenseman leading in assists on the team.
Yeah.
Then on the other side of the coin, you go, yeah, that's
exciting.
That's kind of a nice problem. I like that.
It is a nice,
no doubt. But no, when you look at it, when you look at the rest of the roster, and you go, why is a rookie defenseman leading in assist? It's a problem.
It is.
It really is a problem because you're relying at that point on a rookie defenseman to be a playmaker. A rookie defenseman to be a playmaker. Like, how many times does that has that been said? Almost never.
Yeah.
That's not the way this goes. That's not the way a team is built. That's not the way a team runs.
Mm-hmm.
And, starting from the top.
Yeah. It's an organization. Yeah. Starting from the top, I think is a good point. And, I mean, people are going to get excited about Dylan Larkin. Yeah, he 31 goals, 69 points.
That's not enough. Where's
That's
Austin Matthews sitting at the end of the regular season?
Austin Matthews had almost more goals than Larkin had points.
62?
And look, I'm not looking to have Larkin be our Austin Matthews. That's not what I'm not setting that as the bar, but that's where you really, if you look at it in that way, that's where the problem is. And it's not Larkin's fault that he's only getting 69 points. If you get 69 points from your second, third line center, that's great to see. I love it. Like that's exactly what I want to see. But the high-end talent is not there. That is the issue.
Lacks
it's a
drastically.
huge issue with this organization, and I think Yzerman knows that, and I think he's working towards it. But when you continue to get screwed in the lottery and all that stuff, you're not getting that A-plus guy, which might not be in this draft. It's hard to say. We'll get into that here in a bit. But, we sucked. We had all of the sucking going on, and we
for a long time
rewarded for it in a lot of ways. Now, don't get me wrong. I like that we ended up with Raymond. I like what I see from. I love
Absolutely.
Cider. So, do I think we might have got the best player in those drafts? Possibly. There's a really good chance, but that doesn't make it right.
No, it doesn't make it right at all. But what did Yzerman preach from day one?
Patience.
When he went to that podium.
Patience.
Patience.
And actually, the patience started with Holland, who was like, guys,
a long time ago.
But he said this could be a 10-year rebuild.
Yeah.
Those were his words before he got canned and moved on, and we brought in Yzerman and all that good stuff. So I'm starting to think that it might be because all of the good that we've seen and the excitement of these young guys, it's so far away.
Okay.
It is so far away.
I know it's so far away, but can we give a little bit of praise towards Stevie going, we're not linked to these nasty contracts for these grumpy old men.
Yep. That's the one thing that...
At least we're there.
That's one of the things that he has absolutely killed is he has gotten rid of these bad contracts somehow. I think he just puts fairy dust on it and it just turned into just disappeared. It's insane how he has washed away Holland's issues that he created, and now it's starting to become all right, now we rebuild. And I'm just looking at this we still got time. We still have to be patient.
Yep.
But I'll get into the what I expect and what I want to see, what I think we could see here shortly. But I did want to talk about some things that we said heading into the season. I did set some season goals. One was development of young players while learning if Blashill is or isn't the guy that can lead this room when they are ready to win. I think that answered. I think we developed Cider. I think we saw some development from Cider. I thought Raymond, obviously. I thought Rasmussen kind of came on. Zadina had his highs and lows, but we're seeing it a little bit. And now what we're seeing is an opportunity to be a fresh start. We know that Blashill's not the guy. We don't have to try to defend keeping him now.
Well, we're done
and we can just move on. We can wash our hands and go forward. Now, I don't know where that goes necessarily. I don't think it was his fault, but at the same time, we're at a point that we had to let him go. It was so ugly the second half that we absolutely had to let him go.
Very ugly. Everything compounded. He's been tenured far too long. Mm-hmm. Now that you look back at it, now
7
that you
years,
look back at it, the longest tenured coach, right?
It was the second longest behind Cooper in Tampa.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So it was time.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow. Even in the NHL overall.
The whole NHL, which is crazy how quickly they move through these guys.
Right.
And I do want to get into the coaching search here soon. I want to keep finishing the season goals we said. One that I said was be more competitive, game in and game out, and trust the goalies to be more aggressive on the offensive side. I think we kind of got exposed in that way. We had so many goals against. It was ugly. But I think they tried to at times, They tried to be more aggressive offensively and opened up the game defensively where they left their goalies out to dry. and the goalies kind of let them down at times, but they also played great at times. It was absolutely insane. I said figure out if Larkin, Bertuzzi, and Fabry are the guys you can build around, or are they just role players rather than high-level NHLers? I look at this. Now, I think Larkin is a high-ish end guy.
Okay.
I think Bertuzzi is a role guy. I think Fabry's more of a role guy. I think there's no question in my mind that I think Larkin is better than them. There's no question. But what this organization is and is expecting of them is they expect Larkin to be the elite talent on this team. That's what they're set it up to do. They set him up for that.
Yep.
Where Bertuzzi's like, hey, I was a third-round pick, second-round pick, late second round, it doesn't matter. But he's just kind of like, this is my game, and it works on any team, any place. You know what I mean? And whether I'm a top three guy or a top 9 guy, I'm going to bring the same type of game, and it's going to be great. You know what I mean? Where, I don't know, I just look at these 3 guys, and I might need to put Vron in there, but it's hard with the injuries that he faced. But these 3 guys, I can live with or without these guys. I really can. You guys know I'd rather live without Larkin because I think he's the valuable piece that we might be able to get better pieces for. But I can live with him. I think he does have his place in the league. I think he can be a very important player to this organization. But do I think he is what he's set up to be? No, I don't.
Okay. I like that you say that because where I stand, okay, maybe I could do without Larkin. Maybe I could do without Fabry. But I think in a sense, Bertuzzi is our Malkin. Okay? I mean,
poor man's Malkin. Not a goal scorer, but
right.
To Malkin's extent.
And that's how I feel about that. Like, I'm just going to the facts are the facts. Larkin, okay, you have preached time and time again he has a lack of leadership with the team in and out of the locker room, on and off the ice. And it's a problem, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bertuzzi, I think he does fill in where Larkin lacks, and he can produce on the offensive side of the puck. And I think that...
And his grittiness can benefit as well.
I think that's a man worth keeping on the team. And I think if you can get rid of Larkin and you package him with someone else and get something really, really nice in return, that would be great. And then start and continue to rebuild from there with the whole patience mindset.
Yeah, no, I agree. Some of the breakout players that we talked about, I brought up Larkin, and I said it more as he needs to be the breakout player. And I said it better be, or this could be a really ugly breakup in a tough situation. He finished the season, like I said, 71 games played, 31 goals, 38 assists. Not a bad season, but not the season of a playoff team, and that's what we're looking for. And this might be his ceiling in a lot of ways with time and all that kind of stuff. Ryan and Mikey brought up Zadina. They said, will the upgrade supporting cast allow him to become the goal scorer he was drafted to be? I think it was we saw some hit and misses with that. I thought we saw some glimpses. It was by far his best season, but
some really short highs, some really long lows.
Only 10 goals and 14 assists.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
I mean, you got to find a better supporting cast if you're going to turn him into anything valuable in the NHL. Look at those studs walking in with those suits on. Looks so good and all that stuff. Rebound player at Micah, I got to give you a lot of credit. You had Bertuzzi. Coming off the back surgery was a really good point. I forgot that he even was coming off of that. But to put up 30 goals, I don't know if you guys watched that last game. When that net was empty, it was Bertuzzi, everybody trying to feed Bertuzzi. It was like passing to him. Like, he was out there for probably the last 2 minutes trying to get that 30 goal. He got the empty net. It was funny because he ripped one off the post, and everybody was like, no. He literally went down to his knees. Like, no. Like, he just wanted that 30 goal mark so bad. And then the puck came out, and then Bertuzzi actually made a hit. And then Gagne could have easily just fired it in, but instead he dished it off, and then Bertuzzi it was so cool to see. But great, he was a great rebound player. Not the fact that he had a bad year, but he only played, what was it, the year before. 49 games, 6 goals, 13 assists, jumping up to 10. I'm looking at Zinnia. He had 9 games, 5 goals, 2 assists, jump up to 68 games, 30 goals, 32 assists. I love that. It's great to see.
He's a dude that epitomizes just gutting things out. He guts out everything.
Yep. He's important to have on a winning team.
Huge.
You look at any of these playoff teams this year, they would take a Tyler Bertuzzi on their team. Where does it fit necessarily is the tough part, time-wise, all that good stuff. They would love to have a guy like that.
Yep.
But anyways, that was the rebound player. And I'm moving over to our dark horse MVPs that we brought up. Shout out to Ryan. He brought up Mo Sider. He said if he can bring the same type of game he was playing overseas here in the NHL, he will emerge as a foundational piece here in Detroit. And he absolutely nailed it and was by far our most valuable player, in my opinion. He was so important. Were his stats crazy, like off the charts? No. But he was valuable game in and game out. And he was put in a really tough situation. He was put to be the best defenseman on a team that was just, needed a good defenseman. You know what I mean?
Just any defenseman, because I couldn't name another one on the team at this moment.
It was.
I watched a video the other day, and it was all of the hits that Mo Sider had this year.
Oh, yeah.
And they were all like those hits where he predicted somebody running after him, and then he just leveled them.
So he did that to Kreider, I think, one game.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh.
Man, he played up to his size and his frame, and that's awesome to see out of a young player.
Yeah.
I feel like young players that are that big skating around with grown men like that kind of like pump the brakes a little bit. Mm-hmm. Complete opposite, and yet, like you said, he played a significant role in the entire offense of this team, like all season long.
Yeah, he didn't shy away from what was thrown at him. So after Ryan kind of brought up his point, I said, he's rookie of the year caliber, but would need some offensive numbers to gain that attention around the league. Doesn't need to put up rookie of the year numbers. Just needs to play his game. I think he did a little bit of both. He played his game, but also put up some crazy numbers. We already brought up the assists that are crazy, and currently he's the betting favorite to win Rookie of the Year. It'll be interesting to see if they screw over the Detroit like they did for Cade Cunningham. But he put up some crazy numbers. So he only got 7 goals, which he's not Nicholas Lidstrom or anything like that. But 43 assists, 50 points, -9. I know it's not that spectacular. Like that's a negative number. You don't want that. But on this team to put up only -9 is pretty impressive. He was averaging 23 minutes and 3 seconds per game as a rookie.
That's a lot, right?
Against the best players in the league.
Enormous.
In a very, very tough division. All of those things. What he did was hands down one of the most impressive things that I've seen, and I can't probably ever for Detroit. For a rookie and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm going to put that rookie year above, like, a Datsuk, over a Zetterberg, over the guys that we've grown to love. I obviously wasn't there for Lidstrom's. I think I was, like, maybe 2. I think he was 91, 92 was his first year. So, like, I was there physically, but I wasn't watching the game yet, so I don't know. But, like, that's the best rookie I have seen come through Detroit in my lifetime. And it is so exciting to see. I hope he continues to develop.
Yep.
I hope he gets his due with the Rookie of the Year. It seems like he will.
Should.
He should. But then it comes to the flash. He didn't have the flash, but he had those hits too that I think opens the eyes up to some of these national guys too.
I think the NHL is a bit more level-headed when it comes to that.
A little fairer.
Right.
Little fairer on it.
So, no, great rookie season. I think he has a long ways to go to get to that ceiling, which is nice to hear.
I think fans across the NHL respect his game as a rookie as
Absolutely.
well. Where maybe fans across the NBA don't respect Cade Cunningham. Side note, Detroit's in the running for 4 Rookie of the Years this year, right? Cade, Sider. We're going to have Aiden Hutchinson and
Jameson Williams?
No, Torkelson, right?
Well,
I guess he's not technically not a rookie.
I think he's hitting below my weight.
Or what about Riley? Would Riley Green still qualify if he plays enough games? Is he a rookie even though they came up from the minors?
Yeah, he would be if he plays enough games. But I think they're going to kind of protect that. So next year would kind of be his official rookie year.
Okay, so
I think they're going to play that game.
If Torque goes on a run,
it's possible. But there's a rookie that's gotten off to a great start. I can't remember his name. But anyways, no, but that's a good point. I mean, that'd be crazy.
A lot of hope.
I mean, he's got to turn it on because he's not doing well right now.
But in all of those
possible.
circumstances, I could see them not winning the Rookie of the Year. And again, back to what Colin said, Detroit versus everybody.
Yeah, Detroit versus everybody. Love that. What we learned, Eisman knows what he's doing when it comes to the draft. We were questioning and hoping that Sider and Raymond picks. It was more of like a hope and a trust that Eisman picked the right guys when it came to Sider and Raymond. And I already brought up the odds with Sider being minus 250 to win Rookie of the Year. You got Lucas Raymond in fourth at plus 750. When you look at the numbers compared to like Zegras and Bunting, he's right there. And Bunting, what he's doing, I mean, his numbers were probably a little better, but he's playing with, very, very high-end talent guys. Where Zegras, I mean, it's just about the flash more or less for him. But trusting Eisman is the key. And, like, getting into the lottery and stuff, it's like, yeah, you want to see you get the number one. But if we trust the guy who's making the decision at 8, where he landed, it's just we just got to continue to trust Eisman. And it's not because that he's our captain and we love him and he can't do anything wrong. It's because he's a really damn good GM. He's proven it. He's done it, and he understands the talent. Right now, his biggest job is to find the right coach, which, I mean, we kind of got to get into here when it comes to the offseason goals. I think you got to be confident. You got to be aggressive in with this coaching hire. And it's not about who Vegas thinks. It's not about who State of My Sports thinks. It's not about what anybody thinks. It's about what Eisman thinks. And again, just trust the fact that he has a vision of what this team what he wants this team to play with or play as. It doesn't need to be a splash. It just needs to be the right guy. Bring this team to the next level, not to the mountaintop. This coach, and I truly believe this next head coach is not the guy that's going to bring the Red Wings to the next mountaintop. I don't believe that at all. We need a guy that's going to take us to the next level, that's going to teach these young guys how to become true NHL players. That's what I want to see. We need the hard-nosed guy. We need the Babcock, if you will, that's going to challenge his captain, challenge his players. I'm not saying Blashill didn't do this. I'm not behind the scenes with all that kind of stuff. But he seemed more like a player coach. We need the hard-nosed guy that's like, no BS. This is my team. Prove to me that you can play in this league. Sorry, I kind of lost my spot. It's just kind of like a pick your poison type thing. I believe Eisman could go player coach and the guy that has been there, done that, played in the league, or you could go out and get like a Barry Trotz, who's proven head coach that people might respect too. It's about getting the respect of this locker room. It's about getting the guy that's going to walk in and be like, okay, this is my team now. This isn't anybody else's. I've got the vision of what I want my teams to be. I don't know if there's, Micah, do you have any names that stand out to you as who you want the Red Wings head coach to be as I catch my spot? Or is it just kind of like Barry Trotz splash type thing? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, Barry Trotz, I mean, it does make me a little bit nervous how much he's bounced around team to team. Mm-hmm. But that kind of does speak volumes for his coaching ability. Like there have been franchises that have been begging for basically like, hey, get us to those Stanley Cup finals, like not the playoffs, get us to the finals.
You want to get the guy that's going to take you to the championship right now. That's kind of where your mindset's at?
No. Sorry, I took that out of context. Okay. I think Barry Trotz is a very good coach. I don't know if he is the right coach for right now because Yzerman needs to spend money. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, He needs to spend money. He needs to acquire talent. I think that's what this offseason is going to do. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be very indicative of what Steve Yzerman decides to do. And Barry Trotz could be that guy. Mm-hmm. I think the coaching hire is going to come after the free agency.
Okay. You think they can go into the draft without a head coach?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. Honestly, I'm open to anything. I really am.
Quite honestly, it doesn't matter. When you go into that draft, hey, this is our guy. We have already got this nice foundation of young players. This is our guy. This is our guy. This is our guy. It doesn't matter what they think. They're happy to be on a team, and they're going to be happy to be on a team with an identity.
Yep.
The identity
is the issue.
going.
The identity is the issue.
It is the issue. It's moving forward, though. No, the coach doesn't create the identity.
The players do. In a
the
lot
players
of
do.
The
The GM.
The coach.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I will disagree a little bit. I think the coach brings a certain identity to a team because they have the structure. Do they want to be a defensive team? Do they want to be a high-flying offense? Like, the coach kind of has that, but he's also using the talent to kind of mold that to what he wants.
And I'm not trying to be a smart you-know-what.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is, who hires the coach?
The GM.
GM.
Of what he wants his team to be and how he wants them to play. If I could pick anyone in the league to just, like, if all of the coaches just were available.
I like that.
I would take Rod Brindamore for the Carolina.
From Carolina.
Hated him as a player. Absolutely hated him as a player.
Heck of a coach.
Love what he's doing. He seems to have that perfect mix of no BS, but also has the respect from the players because he's been there, done that in this league. And
played for a long time.
He played for a really long time.
Did.
And
he didn't just have a time in the league.
And
heck of a time.
I remember hating him when he was a Flyer in '97. I was like, oh, I hate this guy. Like, all of my bones in my body, I was like, I don't like this guy. And then when he won a cup with the Carolina, I was like, all right, I'm okay with that. I like him now. I think he is the best coach in the league right now. I really do. His vision, the way he has a perfect mix of no BS and has the respect for the players, I love that. And who I think could be the next guy, I'm not saying this is my guy. I'm not saying anything like that. But the one that's very interesting is Steve Ott. He's worked in St. Louis. He's been working under some pretty good coaches. He won a cup as an assistant coach, I believe. And he's got that no BS mentality because he was a bruiser, like all of that stuff, hard worker in the NHL. But he also could kind of relate to these young players and push them along to become NHLers. That is a very interesting name. Again, not saying that's who I want. I'm not saying that's who it needs to be or I'm mad or anything like that. I trust Yzerman. And he did play for the Red Wings for a year. That's a good point. I'm just saying.
Let's go.
4-0. That -1.5 is looking real nice right now. But yeah, that's a name that's very interesting to me.
Can I tell you a name I do not want to see in Detroit ever? John Tortorella.
Okay. That's an interesting one to me.
I feel like his face fits like an original 16.
I think.
Punchable face.
But I'm on board with you there, Mike. I just don't like the guy.
I don't like his track record. I don't like it.
He's a little weasel.
I think he is the perfect bridge coach. I do. I think
you think he's a good bridge coach?
I do. I don't. Again, going back to what I said earlier, is like I'm not looking for the guy that's going to win a Stanley Cup. That's what I don't think. I don't think that's what we need.
I can agree with that.
I'm looking at a 2-3 year window here of being like, all right, you a-holes need to learn how to play hockey as some NHLers. I'm gonna throw everybody to the wolves. I'm gonna hate you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna put my arm around you. I'm gonna do all of these things, but you're still an a-hole. You're still my player, and he is the epitome of no BS player or coach. And I think that might be what we need, especially if we're interested in trying to get something out of Larkin or something out of Bertuzzi. We need somebody to challenge these guys to become to take a massive step up. That's what we need to see. He is a massive step up, or it's a complete dumpster fire. I'm okay with either at this point. I just trust that Yzerman knows better than me. But he's a name that I don't want to shut the door on because I do like what he has done. I like his track record too.
So with the Detroit versus everybody mentality that I think most of the teams are taking on, and with the possible loose scenario of maybe Matt Stafford coming back.
Well, that's going to happen. That's going to happen.
With maybe Justin Verlander coming back for maybe a year or two. Okay, yep. Right. Okay, so what do you think about the fans that are clamoring for Mike Babcock to come back?
I wouldn't hate it.
Okay.
I wouldn't hate Joel Quenneville either.
Okay. I wondered where you stood with that.
Look,
When
now
the,
that
when the
door,
time was
now
right.
that Blashill's gone, I don't have to pretend to defend him and be like, all right, well, it's not his fault, which I still don't think it was. Now that he's gone, and I can be like, all right, we need the guy. We need the personality. We need the hard-nosed, no BS guy. 100%. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Joel Quenneville, Mike Babcock, John Tortorella, all known to be those guys. I think those are the ones that stand out to me. Now, if they don't stand out to Yzerman, I'm going to trust that that's not what fits his locker room.
Sure.
But my perspective, that's what I think we need. I really do.
Those guys light shined the brightest mid-2000s. All of them.
Yeah.
Or later 2000.
Well, Babcock, yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like
They all
Babcock, Quenneville, Tortorella.
Yeah, they all only flourish though with like excellent goaltending.
And very high-end talented teams.
Yep.
In general.
Yep.
So does that say something about? Is it Kosa?
Yeah, Sebastian Kosa, the goalie.
Kosa.
Yeah.
He had a huge year, right?
He had a great. He's still playing, I think, in the playoffs, right?
Goaltender of the year.
For the OHL, I
Yeah.
think, or something like that. I
thought
forget
he was
which league
looking
he's
at. Was he looking at Rookie of the Year for the?
Kosa?
Yeah.
He's still playing in juniors.
No, I know for the juniors. I
Well,
thought
he wouldn't have
was,
been a rookie in the juniors. He's the goalie, the massive goalie.
Oh, that's
You're
right.
thinking
That's
of
right.
you're thinking of
Sorry.
Berggren?
No, I'm thinking of Kosa.
Kosa's the goalie.
He won like a goaltender award this year.
He hasn't even allowed a goal in the playoffs yet.
Are
last
there
I checked.
Are there any
Really?
Yeah.
Are there any other names that are affiliated with the Detroit Red Wings like organization that you're like worried about or don't want to see? I've only because I've read a couple articles where names like Sergei Fedorov and Igor Larionov have been dropped.
So Larionov signed in the KHL, so he's not going anywhere.
Okay.
I wouldn't have wanted him. I don't want Sergei. I don't think that fits. I really don't. I don't want the Michigan hire. I don't want that. I don't want we're going to hire our guy because we love our guy.
Hometown.
I don't want that. I want a guy that's going to come in and ruffle some feathers. I want a guy that's going to come in and flip this organization upside down, and Yzerman allow it to, and just be like, "Yep, we're going to mess this F and S up, and then we'll see what happens."
I just didn't know how you felt about maybe like a European hockey coach, like dealing with some of these younger guys.
It's not necessarily a European like negativity, but
Right.
like I don't know. I have a vision that it needs to be a hard-nosed guy. Europeans usually aren't hard-nosed guys, so
hard-nosed and a little old school, right?
a little old school would be really nice, really nice.
Suave.
But I would also love Steve Ott is an interesting name to me, so I'm going to keep an eye on. But let's keep moving. Some other offseason goals. Let me just kind of move through it here. Along with bringing in the right coach, Yzerman needs to bring in the right or multiple veteran leaders that will command this room from day one. Yeah, I'm going to continue to stick with my Larkin is not a leader thing, but this team, like he's not the guy that's going to take him to the next level. They need to find the guy in free agency or through trade that will come in and be the leader of an original six organization the day he walks in.
Do you
That's
have
what
an
I want
idea
to see.
of who you like?
All right, might be pipe dreams. They honestly might be. I don't know. Claude Giroux. Let's say he goes out and wins a championship with Florida.
Yep.
Is he interested in doing it? And that's going to be the hard part with Yzerman. It's like trying to let these guys think that it's not necessarily a rebuild, because the guys that we know, guys that we want, that can kind of come in as the veteran leaders, they're looking to chase a cup. That's their goal.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if Yzerman can convince them that this isn't a rebuild and this is, we're this close, we're you type of player away, a Claude Giroux, a Chris Letang, could be a couple guys that you could be aggressive with in free agency, or take advantage of the dumpster fire in Winnipeg with Mark Scheifele. I like him. He's may or may not have demanded a trade. We don't know. But then the Red Wings also need to upgrade in scoring and get true blue scorers that can just put up 30 goals in their sleep. Johnny Gaudreau, Philip Forsberg, Vincent Trocheck. These guys are big names that know how to score, that can add to the value, make it easier for the guys that we already have. Now, do I want to break the bank with them? No, not really. I want to.
No.
I'm still thinking patience. I really am. but I also am getting real sick of this losing thing and would like to see a true step in the right direction. Let's get to that 90-point mark. Let's get to be in the graphic when it comes to the playoffs. You know what I mean? And not just be, that was fun while it lasted, and now you just let in 11 goals again, and this was really fun, and cute Detroit sucks again. You know what I mean?
If Johnny Gaudreau ended up in a Wings uniform, I would be hard
6
as
to
a
midnight.
rock. Oh my gosh.
I love Johnny Gaudreau. I do. Now, he's not the guy that you're going to bring in to lead the locker room.
No.
But he's a guy that you can bring in and relieve some of the stress of all of the goal scoring that you need, because you need you need a goal scorer. You need those guys. I also really like Philip Forsberg. Guys that get 6 shots a game. That's what this team needs. You need more of that.
And they're confident taking those 6 shots a game. I feel like we have enough guys on the team that aren't confident and that we can't have any confidence in taking that many shots.
It's a great point.
You might as well bring somebody in that might be a little bit of a puck hawk and make these younger guys compete for those shots and those scoring opportunities too, in a sense.
I just think that the type of free agents that Yzerman brings in this offseason, I could see him being a little more aggressive, but I think what he does is going to tell us a lot about what he thinks of the current roster, what he thinks of Larkin, what he thinks of Bertuzzi, what he thinks of the other defensemen, Hronek and stuff like that. That's going to tell us a lot, because they need so many pieces. But how far he goes in, how deep he dives, how aggressive he is going to tell us an awful lot about what he thinks about this organization, what he thinks, how close he thinks we are.
So some of these guys that you listed, what kind of length of contracts are you looking for? I mean,
that's the
Claude
tough.
Giroux and Chris Letang, they're on the back end of their careers, right? So you don't want to sign them to a long-term deal, but how far are you willing to go with some of these other guys that might be a little bit younger?
I think they would be perfect for a short-term deal, maybe high money, because you can afford it. And now you bring them in to be the mentors this year. So 2 years. Next year, you're trading them and giving them that opportunity to, all right, now you can go chase a cup.
Venture out.
You're coming into this organization, and if we're not ready to chase a cup, we're ready to deal you to a team that's ready to chase a cup. And we'll eat your salary, so they're getting a good deal. We're getting value for you. That's where I just feel like that's what he tried to do with Mark Stahl. That's what he tried to do with Leddy, and he got a little less back than what he gave up for him. But he's been trying to do that at a lower scale. This is time to go big scale and get the guys that I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It is. Now, those are pipe dream guys that I don't think will want to come to Detroit unless Yzerman has a way to convince them that this is closer than it looks. You know what I mean? So it'll be really, really interesting to see how it all pays off and kind of lays out. So what I wanted to do is put you guys kind of on the spot here. If you guys don't want to do it, I'll do it. But this time next year, what are we saying about this team? Where are they at? Are we closer? Are we farther away? Are we watching the Red Wings on a Tuesday night at DeHop's? Or are we – or where do you expect to see?
What I expect to see is we're not going to be playoff bound like my hopes and dreams tell me, right? We're going to have an identity.
I like that.
We are going to have an identity, and that is the minimum goal. If we don't meet that, I will be furious.
Yep. I think that's great.
Give me an identity. Give me just a little glimmer of hope beyond Lucas Raymond, beyond Mo Sider. And just that I guess that's where I'm at. Identity.
All right, John.
I want them to be the Nashville Predators of this season. I want them to make the playoffs. I want them to know that they might not be the caliber of these top teams if they're the low seed going into the playoffs and they get swept by a team like Colorado, maybe in the Eastern Conference. I don't know who's comparable. Anyway.
Panthers.
It'd be nice for them to skate on the same ice because then they know that they've earned that designation and a little bit of respect in the league. You know, this year they kind of flirted there for a while with a chance at a wild card right spot. Be cool to see them take that next step.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I don't expect it. I don't think we have to see it because you look at the teams ahead of them. You know, in their division, in Atlantic Division alone, you got the Panthers, Leafs, Lightning, and Bruins. It's not necessarily about taking a step up. It's about one of these teams taking a massive step back. They were all over 100 points, and that's where it's Red Wings would have to go from, what did I say, was it 72, 74, somewhere around there? all the way to 100
right.
points just to get into the playoffs, I don't see that being possible. But you can show that you belong on the same ice and just miss out, and that would be enough for me in a lot of ways. It really would. Now, do I want them to make the playoffs and get swept? Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't hate it. I would love to sit and watch a playoff game.
That's coming from a pretty generous lifetime Red Wings fan that got to watch them make the playoffs for
25 years.
So part of me just wants that taste back, right? In the locker room, get out there, get some experience.
Yep.
Again, if you get swept, you get swept, but making the playoffs is huge.
Yep. And then going back to what Micah said with the identity thing, if we're still questioning what this identity is, they better have moved on from the likes of Larkin, Bertuzzi, Fabry, maybe even Verana. Like, if you don't know what you're going to be yet, and all of these guys are still walking around wondering where they belong in this league while they're still the guys getting the biggest numbers, that's when they better be freaking off this roster.
You got to dump everything.
You need to dump everybody.
Yep.
And if you're not to that, where I was talking, then you better be bottom of the barrel because you moved all these guys at the deadline. And that's kind of where I'm at with this team. It's like,
you better increase your draft lottery odds.
Exactly. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, let's get it going. What did Carrie say about the Detroit thing here?
She said that all of Detroit is in the same spot in a way. Do you trust our management?
Yeah, no, that's true. We're just all hoping. Full of hopium. Just give me a little taste of that hopium. Just shoot it right in the veins. I'm all ready for some hopium. Just give it to me.
All right, so rank your general managers in order 1 through 4 that you have the most trust in.
All right.
Between the four
So Yzerman is at the top.
Is that your question?
Avila.
That's my question, but
Avila
Carrie has full trust in
Can I
Steve.
put like several people below or above Avila, even though they might not be general? I think I might deserve to be ahead of Avila.
A couple minor league general managers?
Yeah, is there a minor league general manager we can throw in there? Who's the second in line GM for the Red Wings? Is it Draper? So Draper. So you got Larkin. Or no, sorry, not Larkin. You got Yzerman at the top. I would say Brad Holmes. I really like Brad Holmes. The Pistons one. Weaver. I do like what he's done. So I would put them 1A, 1B. Let's put Weaver ahead of him because I think he's got a little more street cred in the way to build this thing than Holmes. And then Avila is far down the list. That's where I'm at, which we're going to get into here very soon. Are we good? Are we moving on?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted your opinion.
Did you have one, Micah? Or I was right? Or you can just agree with me.
It's so hard. It's a mumble jumble.
So, all right, real quick, I did want to wrap up the Red Wings talk with the lottery odds.
Fine.
And then we'll just move on. Unless you had, did you want to do this quick?
Okay. Yzerman, Holmes, Avila, and Weaver.
You would put Avila over Weaver? Are you watching this Tigers organization? No, we'll save it. We'll save it for the Tigers talk. We'll save it for the John. Do you want to give yours?
I would probably go, yeah, probably Yzerman, Weaver, Holmes. Yeah, Avila, I can't, yeah.
Avila sucks.
I wouldn't even waste my pencil lead on that.
I don't even think we should put him on the list because he's so bad.
Man, you guys.
Just get him off the list. He's not even
okay, all right.
My dog could have drafted who they drafted. I don't even
have
a dog.
My dog.
I think Holmes and Weaver have an opportunity to jump ahead of Yzerman after this upcoming season.
I would love to be saying that this time next year.
Especially Holmes, honestly.
If Holmes can jump into the GM of the year for the Red Wing or for the state of Michigan, I would be so hard for so long. You guys, I'd be calling a doctor because it'd be over 6 hours or whatever the rule is. 3 hours? Call a doctor.
You wouldn't call a doctor. Your wife would be really happy.
That has never happened. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I love my wife.
I
She's very
am
happy.
trying to help you.
So the lottery odds, it all happened. The Red Wings ended up where they were supposed to at 8th overall. I don't want to get too much into I was hoping that they would repay us for the crap we took.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm not angry about it as you. Are you angry about it? I'm just kind of
Sam.
finally.
I'm disappointed.
They didn't drop. They didn't drop any spots. That's a positive. Step in the right direction.
No. Okay. Can I tell you why I'm mad?
All right, basically where their odds were at. There's 6% chance of getting 1, 6.4% chance of getting 2, 64.4 to get 9. Wait, so they actually – oh, no, sorry.
8.
54.4 to get 8, 30% to get 9, and 3.2% to get 10. So the odds.
Oh, cute.
It landed where it was supposed to.
Oh, wonderful.
Here we look at
Everything's
Stafford,
fine. Just let it be, okay? No. Are you kidding me? All of the times
that we fell.
for how bad we have been for how many freaking years. Okay. Name the teams that have jumped ahead of us when you and I were like absolutely furious, just screaming pissed.
There's many
that we either fell, or teams that jumped ahead of us that should not have jumped ahead of us. The year when Chicago drafted Kirby Dodge.
Kirby Dodge, yeah, Doc.
Okay, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh,
this sucks, man.
Start naming them.
I can't tell you're wrong for being mad that we got screwed over for previous years.
Oh, and just another one. Just add it
We didn't get screwed this year. We didn't get screwed. We landed where we were supposed to land. And that's where I'm just going to be like, okay, if I got so angry that we got screwed over and fell, then I got to just be content with the fact that we didn't skyrocket. Now, do I think if it's rigged that they should have paid us a little favor and be like, we screwed you over for like the last 4 years, so here's a bone and here's 1 or 2 or 3? Yeah, I would love that. I would have absolutely loved it. Okay. And I think we deserve it as Red Wing fans, but the fact that we didn't fall, we didn't rise, that's the way it should be. I'm okay with it.
Sure.
Now, we'll get into the prospects moving later on, but
it would have been nice the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to get angry this year because of the last 3-4 years. That's where I'm at. But I understand your anger. And I do.
Let's add next year because we're going to suck next year.
No, we're not going to suck next year. We're going to get 90 points because we're going to sign Giroux and Chris Letang.
Okay.
And then Larkin might be gone. He's going to be part of the Mark Scheifele deal. We're actually going to be really good next year. Perfect. I got it all laid out.
Holy smokes.
I can lay out more details later on.
Okay, all right. Let's do this.
Those are all the things that I think that should happen. Don't score, please. Thank you. All right, thank you. Still sitting good. Still sitting good at -1.5.
If it's craft beer in Michigan sports, we may not be the authority, but we love both like a fat kid loves cake. Hut hut!
Did I already do this one?
This is State of My Sports.
Multiples do hut hut.
Did he say hut hutch?
Hutch hutch?
Is that what he said?
I don't know.
Hut
I just don't know anymore. All right. I do want to make this somewhat quick.
That's what he said, John.
You guys ready to make this somewhat quick?
Yeah.
I mean, without Ryan here, we should be able to make a Tigers segment.
Rihanna?
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Yeah. Is there really much to talk about right now?
All right. I didn't get a whole lot of notes in this one, and I almost just stopped my sentence to pick up a pen, but I'm not going to do that. But here we are. The Tigers, they're 9-20, second to last in the MLB, last in the AL. It's really ugly.
Woof.
Look, I don't have a lot of stats here in front of me. That's literally all I have written down.
What stats do you want to show?
I don't want to show any stats.
Okay.
I just want to show the fact that this is absolutely disgusting what's going on. Now, look, a lot of injuries.
Bullpen.
Actually.
Sorry.
A lot of injuries, though.
Do it.
Right? You got Casey Mize out. You got Matt Manning out. Obviously, Riley Green's out. But, like, and Chafin was out for a while. You had, like, so many injuries and stuff. But most of them were pitchers. And most of them are pitchers.
Right.
And their pitching's been pretty damn good. That's not the issue here. That's not the issue. We're looking at one of the worst hitting teams in MLB history right now. It is absolutely disgusting. And
we're hitting?
No, we're not hitting. I think it's actually we're actually really good at like not hitting.
Oh,
we're one of the best not hitting teams in league history. So it's actually a positive. But this is seriously getting so old. They just got shut out again today. Or no, they got one run. They got a run on a walk. So it wasn't a hit with runners in scoring position.
Oh,
it was just a walk. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But when we get a run, that's a celebration.
Ooh.
Look, this team is one of the worst hitting teams that I've ever seen. Now, look, you got Scope who's struggling, and you can't predict that. You got Candelario who's taking a step back. You can't predict that. Blah, blah, blah. This is a problem. We are in year 6 or 7 of this freaking rebuild. And yeah, you can get all hard on, MLB.com says you have one of the best whatever's in the farm systems in
Kiss
the
my
league.
rump.
Kiss it. Just kiss it right smack dab. I'll pull it straight down, both underwear and pants. This is disgusting what we're seeing right now. Yeah, our pitching might be great and really exciting, blah, blah, blah. This is absolutely embarrassing. If you don't have anybody to call up to replace the Castros of the world, that's a problem. Why is that even happening? It makes no sense. If you have a good farm system, that means you're balanced. That means you're... Yeah, turn it down because I'm fired up. That means you're balanced. That means you have hitters. That means you have everything ready to go when you need it. We have nothing. They might call up Cody Clemens. A utility guy. Maybe a better Don Kelly. Maybe.
Man.
He's not that great. What do you guys, what's going on? Am I just that high right now?
No, I'm just really looking forward to Kyle's comment here.
What did he say?
The very last one. It just
Yankees look solid. Yeah, suck it, Kyle, you son of a bitch. I'm pissed. I'm really mad right now. And I'm just mad because if I had 7 years to build an organization, I think I could do better than what Avila's done. I could have Googled, all right, who's the number one prospect in this draft? All right, I'm going to take Casey Mize. Who's the number one prospect in this draft? All right, I'm going to take Torkelson. Very simple stuff. Now, I'll give him a little credit for Riley Green. That's fine. Matt Manning, I don't think, was his draft.
That's fine.
Tarek Skubal was like an 8th-round pick, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, he may have struck gold. But that's one aspect of a job. You have another job.
No.
So drafting is one part, which you can rely on your scouts for all that kind of crap. You have a guy that makes trades. You have a guy that signs free agents. You have a guy that makes these decisions. All right, just hires a coach. So that's 4. He's 2 of 4. 2 of 4. Let's say he's done decent at drafting. He's done good enough at drafting. He's done good enough at hiring a coach. But what else builds a MLB organization? Free agents and trades. And he's done god-awful at those. And look, don't get me wrong. I like Baez. I like the Baez signing. I like that we got Meadows for Isaac Paredes, has 19 at-bats or something like that. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Well, it's a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. It happens. I'm so over Avila, and you guys know this, and I've always been. I started to kind of butter up to him a little bit, and you guys can jump in when you want if I give you time. I'm just so mad the fact that we are years 6 or 7 of this freaking rebuild, and we have literally one of the worst teams in the history of baseball right now. One of the worst hitting teams of history of baseball. A bad team. I mean, the only team that's worse than us has 4 wins or something like that, the Cincinnati Reds. What good does that do?
Listen. I feel like this goes back to what we preached before this season started. What did we say? What did we say about free agency?
We said be freaking aggressive.
Okay, about a specific
aggressive.
player. Bring him up.
Correa.
Okay. Maybe he's injured right now. Okay?
Yeah, and he hasn't had a good start to the year. And the shortstops in general haven't.
So be it. You think he's going to have a bad rest of the season?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. So you add another bat.
Yep.
Oh, what are we looking for? Are we looking for hits and runs?
We're looking for any glimmer of hope.
Correct. So what just happened? We made a mistake not bringing in Correa. Not giving the man the deal that he was looking for.
I really like Baez. I like what he's done.
Okay.
But I still think the both would have been the way to go.
And add on top of that.
But you already were locked up with Candelario. You're already locked up with Scope.
Oh.
And what in the world are they doing for us? I think Scope hit a home run today. That was his first hit since 1995, I think. It's been awful. Candelario had a nice hit. He had a bases clearing double. Great. We won 6-0. What good did that do? We had nothing this last game.
That's what I'm saying.
We had a 1 run off of a bases loaded walk.
Okay.
Nobody can do this crap.
You're locked up.
John's ready to talk.
You were quote unquote locked up with Jonathan Scope.
It's
okay.
ugly, man.
Yeah. No.
He should never be causing issues.
No.
And you should have multiple players that's ready to be called up that can make a difference. And we don't. We have guys that are like, they're not good enough to play.
Johnny, spit it.
I don't know. Meadows hasn't hit a home run yet this year.
Still a good trade, though.
Yeah. His batting average is up there. He's been playing pretty well.
They're not hitting.
How about
and that's not the GM's fault. I agree with that.
Badu being sent down to the minors.
Finally, they make a good move.
Badu.
I think for the first time in the history of like my life, I can recall that we have a solidified bullpen right now.
Our bullpen's sick.
We went from 28th, right, in Major League Baseball in ERA out of the bullpen last year to right now we're second.
Is it for second now? I know we were first for a while. Like this time last week, we were definitely first, but like it might have dropped since then.
Yeah, it's a pretty significant jump in Major League Baseball that's gearing towards like offensive, side
It's
of the
great
ball.
to see.
But like you said, absolutely no run support, no ambition in that dugout. Guys come up to bat and they look confused.
They look like they're not interested.
Swinging at garbage. I will
They
say,
look like my T-ball team in a lot of ways.
Last night there was a glimpse of umpiring that probably reflected the overall record of the Detroit Tigers right now. Calls at home going the other way. Balls that were clearly out of the zone being called strikes. It got obviously Javi Baez ejected after a third call strike.
Good. Finally, somebody showed some fire.
And AJ Hinch, at least they're showing some type of passion out there, but I don't see it when they're up to bat. And that's scary because we had high hopes of this offensive ability.
And I'm going to wrap it up right now, but I think the biggest issue with Avila running this thing is the fact that I'm pretty convinced that AJ Hinch is ready to move on. He's got an opt-out at the end of the year. He probably has no hope with the way that this organization is being built.
He looks frustrated.
He looks very frustrated.
Yeah.
And that is an Al Avila thing. Now, I don't know the answer. Do you fire Avila and bring someone in? Probably not. I feel like you just set yourself up by holding on to Avila way too freaking long. And now you have to eat that. And you're going to watch all these guys opt out and move on. And you're going to be, again, you're going to be right where you're at right now, but you're going to be even worse. It is going to get worse because you didn't build a true good farm system. You had high-end pitching. What good does that do if you get no hits? We have great pitching right now. Starters are doing good. Bullpen's doing good. And we're still, 9-10 wins into this season? It's disgusting.
It brings us back to the glory days of having those arms that we had, too. And the same thing, our offense never held up to their side of the game.
It's awful.
From the Red Wings to Michigan State, we're talking about it. This is State of My Sports.
Look, I haven't done good on my parlays lately. So I took a little break. I think I was 2-7, so I took a break. Can you explain bettinghero.com while I put it together, a little parlay for tomorrow?
The wonderful thing about Betting Hero, go to bettinghero.com. What they do is they bring all of the latest and greatest
promo codes available.
Promo code,
in the sports betting world?
They're promo codes. Yeah, they're definitely promo codes. They bring all the latest and greatest promo codes to the one website at bettinghero.com, and you can sign up using the code MIBETS, and you go win yourself some money. Okay, be careful what you do. You don't have to bet your life savings.
Nope, let it all hang loose.
Bet $1, bet a couple bucks.
Maybe 13 if you're crazy.
Bettinghero.com. MIBETS is the code.
All right, so I'm going to put a hockey to parlay together for tomorrow. You got 3 games. Look, you currently have the Rangers at minus 130. Penguins are going to wrap this series up. So, take them money line. Panthers are going to take a stranglehold on this. Take them minus 1.5. They're going to win this game. They're going to score an empty netter. It's all going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. And then the last game, Calgary, Dallas. Calgary minus 1.5 as well. I'm telling you, the better teams are going to win. It's starting to take play. It's going to start happening. You got Carolina taking care of business, up 5-1 against Boston. You got Toronto. They're up 3-2 right now. And then Edmonton's going to take a stranglehold on the series tonight. The better teams are going to start making a play. That's what's going to happen. Penguins, the Rangers are the only ones that I'm a little questionable about because I think they might be the better team. They have the better goalie, but the way that the Penguins are playing, kiss that series goodbye. They're going to wrap it up.
They're down 3-1.
Yeah, Penguins are going to take care of business and win that game and call it a day. Is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. State of My Sports.
I can't believe we're going to keep this under 2 hours. We got 8 minutes to spare, 7 minutes to spare.
I was worried there because we didn't wrap up that flight segment for a while.
That flight segment went a little long, but I thought it was a good one. It was fun. I thought we did a good job. And I tried to keep the Red Wings stuff moving, but I think I got a little long-winded. But
I don't think
otherwise,
so.
No?
I don't think so. I don't think there was as much to talk about as you thought.
Yeah?
Yeah. You did well.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
We're good.
That's the first time somebody said something positive to me that other people can hear.
Yeah, it was a quick update on the Tigers. They suck. Let's move on. And betting hero, let's get these bets out.
Everybody else says I'm not good at keeping things moving.
Yeah, Kyle, suck
Thanks,
it.
John, you are officially this side of the camera.
What is, yeah.
I don't care who moves the other side.
Suck it back,
just
row, as they would
nice.
say on DP
Just
show.
be nice. You just move on. You just move up in this world. You move up on my checklist. So.
Ryan, what are you doing next Monday? Running the board?
Yes, for the people that we're gonna call an audible. We're gonna change things to Mondays, I think, here moving forward. Now I got to work with Coopersville. We were supposed to record there on Tuesday. I also saw that Coopersville had like some water issues coming into their place.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta
like a
figure out
water main break.
Yeah,
or
water main
something.
break. I gotta talk to them. But I'm gonna try to switch that to Monday. If not, maybe I'll push it off a couple weeks and move it to a different Monday. But moving forward, we're gonna do Mondays. It fits better for our summers, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean Monday and Tuesdays are pretty much the same for me, weather permitting. I'll just have to sneak in my large bucket of range balls at the driving range before I come to the podcast.
Yeah, Johnny.
No, that works.
I'm on
for
a
sure.
strict schedule.
All right, so John, can you remind everybody what we're drinking tonight?
We're drinking the Double Hutch.
Since you named it.
Since I named it.
You named it.
This goes back
although
a
I
couple,
thought I named it.
This goes back a couple episodes. I think when we were at was it White Flame in Hudsonville?
Yeah.
Obviously, I have no idea.
Yeah, I was just ripping off names like while we were sitting in their brew house thinking about this beer. But yeah, the Double Hutch. Where are we at down here? Oh, brewed with us, our friends. We're the friends. We're State of My Sports.
Somebody thinks I'm a friend.
And we are at the brew house right now where this beer was brewed, and we got to drink it on draft night. And the name of the beer went up on the list, on the board, behind the bar. And, Double Hutch. It's a double IPA. It's super smooth. I'd go into all the other ingredients, but just look at this beer. It's a double IPA. It's a dark double IPA.
It is. It's got a nice amber color to it, I would say.
It might scare you at first, but it's got the notes that make it a little bit smooth. It's also dangerous.
It is dangerous. Be careful with that. Don't drink 7 of them on a draft night and expect to be okay tomorrow or like the next day.
Don't drink 4.
Speaking from experience?
I've heard from a friend.
Was it Trav?
Trav.
Oh, wait, no,
Yeah,
he
Trav.
was-
From
he
a
was-
friend from a
He
friend.
was drinking something else. I saw him with it.
Wait, he wasn't drinking Double Hutch?
No, he
Son
probably
of
had
a
one or
bee.
two. But
Son
yeah,
of a
they're
bee.
very good. And I think I threw out a grade. At that time, too, I had a few in me, and I was feeling a little loose. But I'm going to stick with that grade. But I'm going to let you guys throw yours out and see where they compare. And at the very least, we'll just use it as an outlier.
All right. I'm going to predict Micah's score.
Really?
I am.
9-3.
You just told me your score before I could predict it?
What was your prediction? See?
Prediction? We are State of My Sports, by the way.
This is State of My Sports.
Where we give out predictions. Prediction.
What was it?
Prediction. It's 8-9-3. For sure. That's exactly what I was going to say. No, I was going to say more like an 8-7.
You're not even close.
9.9. So to be honest with you, I thought you were going to go a little lower this time because you get a lot of crap from Kyle when it comes to this State of My PA.
I heard that
being a high
Kyle,
score
yeah,
grade.
he said he threw out a road grade on it and you weren't happy about it.
He threw out a grade?
Was that at the draft?
Oh,
night?
the State of My State of My PA.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was a real
He was
you
a
know what
turd.
about that.
What-
Hey, real quick. Shout out to Kyle. Happy anniversary to you and Adrian. Hope you're drinking tonight and hope that leads to something
Whoa.
fun.
Wait,
A
anniversary?
good night's sleep. Yeah, anniversary tonight.
On the day?
He was going to be here, but he said it was his anniversary. So
Wow.
he said some things that I should repeat on air, but
Oh.
he knew it was his anniversary when he woke
At-
up this morning. Let's
At
just say
10 to 10, and he's on here danking around on social media.
I'm assuming Adrian's
Really?
watching too, so shout out to Adrian too.
Well, they like it weird, don't
Happy
they?
anniversary to you guys.
Oh, he probably muted his phone as soon as like.
I wasn't even thinking that.
Well, Kyle, we're all
Shout out
we're
to
cheering.
Kyle and his
We're
anniversary.
cheering for you, buddy.
I think it's 17 years. No, I think it's 13 years of marriage. I think.
Congrats. That's a lifetime.
13 or 14. I don't remember. But, yeah. Good for him.
That's a big number.
Carrie gave the Shandy from Old Nation
Ooh,
an
yes.
8.7.
That's a good grade.
That's a high grade. I think that puts that on the top of the list of beers that we need to check out.
Yeah,
So-
no, I would love to drink that one again. I think I was the only one that graded that one the first time around. So.
Whoa, we could get on a trend where we grade beers a week after a listener throws in a score.
Ooh,
Right?
I don't
Yeah.
hate that. Well, we actually, well, we'll be
I
at
don't hate
Coopersville
that
next
or
week.
like that. Oh yeah. Oh well.
Maybe we'll see.
you-
I gotta talk to him, but
Sounds like it's a back deck patio beer.
that sounds
A
amazing.
Shandy.
I love Shandies.
Yeah.
I think they do a good job. Sometimes I even take like a Bud Light or Miller Light and just pour some lemonade in it. I've done it, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Not as good, but it's not bad.
You're definitely Dutch.
All right, 9-3.
9.3.
What rhymes with
Are you
Dutch?
kidding me?
Hutch. Double
Hutch.
Hutch.
I'm gonna go with an 8.8.
What? That's Aaron Reed's number.
That is Eric Lindros' number, which is why because he was a Flyers fan.
That was one of my numbers
and
in
then he
slow
was a
pitch
Dallas
softball
fan.
one year.
Then he was a Dallas fan. Yeah.
88.
88 was?
Yeah. I wanted to make it tough for the umpire to throw me out.
All right, John. Your turn to give us your grade.
Do we have the audio from draft night? Because I don't think my grade's changing. I think I'm going to leave it right where it was at. I believe that night I was slurring my words. Felt really
Luckily, that's
awful
not you
on
tonight.
Friday at work. Yeah, but I'm going to stick with it. The 9.7.
Love it. I love it. That's
The
amazing.
jersey number is going to be on his card. He's a Tops guy.
Do you think it's going to be 97 in Detroit? I'm assuming so.
You should already know that.
Yeah,
Really?
it's got to be, right?
I have no idea.
Most
Was somebody-
jersey numbers are released already.
Was somebody 97 last year that he has to steal it from? I think that's something that we have to know. We are officially over 2 hours.
Well,
I'll
if
tell
you
ya.
take the intro
But actually, yeah,
music,
the intro, yeah, we had yeah, that's a great point.
So we
So we
still
still
got-
have a couple minutes to spare and
Look
talk
it
about
up,
our
yeah.
lives and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stick with the 9.7. It's a great double IPA.
I think they did a great job. I'm really a big fan of the doubles. I think the doubles give you so much more flavor for the heaviness. The heaviness is kind of the same, I think, when it comes to a single and a double, but you just get that extra alcohol, a little more flavor, and last I heard people like both of those things. So
I feel like the only other double IPAs I've ever really enjoyed have come from Arvon.
yeah, Arvon has
honestly.
some good doubles.
So-
They're definitely more hazy than this. This is more traditional IPA rather than the New England double.
I noticed that in some of the pours, too, from Arvon. They're not quite as dark, a little blonder, but
for sure. But no, that was good. We'll keep this thing going here. But that was episode 156. Thank you both for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching live and commenting. Thank you all for listening after the fact. Please just reach out to us. Let us know you're listening. We'll talk to you next week.
You've been listening to State of
If
My
not sooner.
Sports. From the Red Wings to the Lions, to the Tigers to the Pistons, to Michigan and Michigan State, and everything in between, we're talking about it. And don't forget the beer. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. In the meantime, hook up with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at State of My Sports with an MI. We'll see you next time.